My next guest's personal life was thrust into the spotlight when Senator John McCain asked her mother to be his running mate in the 2008 presidential election. Now, since then, Bristol Palin, along with her mother, have been the target of constant attacks by the liberal media and liberal pundits. But now she's ready to tell her side of the story in her brand new book, Not Afraid of Life, My Journey So Far. Bristol discusses everything from her teenage pregnancy to the nasty rumors from the campaign trail. And she joins us in the studio. Good to in front of 24 million people. I mean, that must have been the hard part.
Yeah, that was difficult, but I had an awesome time.
Yeah, but you have a kind of a gutsy family. Your mom's pretty gutsy. Your dad's is out there in the freezing cold getting frostbite.
Yeah, we come from a really gutsy family, a really independent background, and I love my family.
Right. You get very, very personal in this book. You talk about, you're only 20 years old.
Yes.
Right, to me, that you're still a kid.
Yeah.
But you talk about the difficulty. I mean, the pregnancy, you talk about virginity. I mean, you really lay it out in this book. Was that hard to do?
It was hard to go back and relive all those moments by talking about them, and it was hard, but it's so worth it because I know it's going to be helping other people.
And was that your motive? I think even at the end of the book you said something. I remember. I wrote it down. Something really to the effect that, you know what, I'm not a role model, a dancer, a preacher. I'm a normal girl who couldn't hide her problems and learned a few lessons along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that by putting it all out there that eventually that's going to help someone.
Yeah. Well, you talk, and I know that something was made of this, you talk about your pregnancy, and since the book has come out, a lot has been made of this. You said for the first time you lied to your mom. Mm-hmm. What did you lie to your mom about? Never lie to your mother.
Never lie to your mother. That's like the biggest lesson that I learned throughout my life. I made a decision to go out, sneak out with my friends, get drunk, and have sex for the first time, and I own up to that mistake in the book, and I talk about that being one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah. So you lied about where you were going that night.
Yeah.
Would your mother have said no?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, I'm just checking because, I had to sneak out. I had a window. I'd sneak out the window, sneak back in. One day my father was waiting. It was not a good night. But you said you drank that night for the first time. What was it, wine coolers or something?
Yeah.
Okay, you never drank alcohol before that? Never drank alcohol before then. All right, and this took a lot of note in the media. A lot of people took note of this. You said that you texted a friend who came over and told you that you had definitely slept with your boyfriend and stayed in his tent. You didn't plan on that happening. You first said that first comes love, then comes marriage. You almost sounded like you didn't remember, and you even say as much that you really didn't remember what had happened.
Yeah, I remember being with my friends by the campfire and then waking up in a tent by myself, and that was a foolish decision that I made, and I know a lot of young girls do make that decision, and I know they regret it.
And you wanted to go out of your way when asked, I guess, when the book came out. You're not describing date rape.
No, absolutely not. I'm not accusing Levi of rape or anything like that. I'm just looking at that decision and that situation that I got myself in with older and wiser eyes.
When this had to come out publicly, when you first knew that the public was hearing about this, it was a surprise to both you and your mom. Tell us about that.
We were just in a hotel room in Minnesota, I believe, and it just comes across the screen. So we were both pretty shocked just because my close family hadn't known about my pregnancy until just a few days prior.
Right. All right. So and the McCain campaign knew ahead of time.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you also describe this whole, so now all of a sudden you know your life's going to be, this is major campaign fodder. And how hard was that?
It was difficult, but we do have a really tough skin in our family, and we got through it, and it's just made us stronger.